Hello and thanks for joining us here on Spectrum News 1. I'm Rodneya Ross. We'll have more on your top stories in just a minute. But first, a wet start to the day, but skies are clearing up as we continue our Sunday. Let's see when that could happen with our first check of your weather on the One's forecast. Dozens of people have rappelled down one of Cleveland's tallest buildings to raise awareness and money for a life-saving cause. Carlin Wells has details on one of the participants' experience. Now a look at coronavirus numbers across the state, a large dip in the number of cases. The Ohio Department of Health adding more than 5,500 new cases Sunday. It brings the 21-day average to more than 4,400. The state also adding 52 new hospitalizations, about 100 less than what we saw on Saturday. Out of that number, only 5 people were admitted to the ICU. Meanwhile, just over 7,000 received their first shot of the vaccine, and nearly 8,500 completed their series. Cincinnati TriHealth's Good Samaritan Hospital recently set up a unit devoted to treating people dealing with COVID-19 symptoms months after contracting the virus. Spectrum News 1 reporter Jordan Valine spoke with a specialist at Good Samaritan Hospital who calls long COVID the untold part of this tragedy. Another Ohio health system restricts visitation. Licking Memorial Health Systems announcing an update to their visitation policy amid a surge in COVID-19 cases. The updated policy allows for 1 adult visitor per patient at a time. School-aged children are not allowed in the hospital unless they're a patient, and COVID-positive patients are only allowed 2 visitors daily. Visitors for COVID-positive patients are required to be fully vaccinated. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Ohio is expanding. This thanks to a $500,000 grant from the city of Columbus. Flooding from Hurricane Ida remnants caused more than $50 million in damage in New York. Governor Kathy Hochul signed a major disaster declaration to get the state extra FEMA assistance. It's time to break out your lederhosen, which are traditional German pants, and your steins. Cuyahoga County's Oktoberfest is here. Thousands of people are expected to join in on the fun, and this year it spans 2 weekends. You can see authentic performances like the Glockenspiel.
We want everybody to walk away here with a sense of that was a great time, we're happy, happy, happy. Of course, they walk away here with a sense of, some of them, inebriation. But the fact of the matter is, we don't see many people who aren't smiling here, and that's the fact.
Now, the fest is open through the weekend and then again this upcoming Friday and Saturday. A soggy start to our Sunday, but things are clearing up. Let's see what you can expect in your area right now with an updated look at your weather on the One's forecast. To start my Saturday morning, I'm very excited. I have the players on the monitors behind me, hyping each other up. There's a party going on behind me right now. Everyone is inside taking pictures with Brown. Now, before this all started, she took the stage a little bit ago. She talked to the crowd. She told them that she's not surprised that this is the outcome. She said, we've seen the color guard come through. Now we're seeing some of the big floats starting to come through. We are seeing fans from all over the place. We have seen some of the Steelers. We've seen Cowboy fans, of course, the home team here, the Cleveland Browns. As Akron Public School students start preparing for the first day of school, crews are busy at work installing a system to automatically disinfect their buses. Bill Andetzler is the transportation coordinator for Akron Public Schools. Over the years, he says buses were cleaned, but not to the same degree they are now because of COVID-19.
This system right now is, there's 24 nozzles in the bus, and once the bus has been cleared of all students and staff, a spray system will activate and will disinfect the bus.
So the system is very easy to use. First, the bus driver will come to the back of the bus, make sure the bus is clear, and then they will begin to activate the system. They'll use this key, they'll put it into this switch right here, turn it, this will start to activate it. They walk back to the front of the bus. Once they get to the front of the bus, there's a button that they press. That button will then activate the system and then turn on this red light right here. And this light gives them 20 to 40 seconds to get off the bus for that mist to spray.
The other key part of this is the disinfectant that we're using. Okay, it's a water-based disinfectant, which is safer for everybody, the environment, the staff, the students.
The National Highway Safety Association and Ohio State Highway Patrol both signed off on adding the system to buses. The hope is that it will be less work for the people behind the wheel.
Now if we can make it easier for the driver to do it, we're expected to do it at least twice a day. Every time they come back in from their morning route, they'll do it. And they come in and after their evening route, they can do it.
With the new system, each bus will be disinfected in under a minute. And Detzler says they have 100 buses to install the new system on before schools go back. Rodneya Ross, Spectrum News. Sarah Zelikowski is on a mission.
Butterfly out. Up if you can.
Zelikowski is the founder of Project White Butterfly, an organization to encourage and help people battling addiction. She started the organization in 2019.
I lost a lot of friends to overdoses, and a few of my friends and I it was very heavy on our hearts that we needed to do something.
That something is the cards Zelikowski and her team hang in neighborhoods with a high rate of overdoses.
So right now we are hanging up Project White Butterfly cards around Warner Road in Cleveland. This is an area where April 23rd, the street we're going to, 2 people overdosed and died in the same night. So we wanted to come out here and hang up some cards so people have resources.
The cards each have a message.
You are not alone, we can help.
Zelikowski's story started years ago on the very same street she's hanging cards.
Buy up the street, come park around here, get high over here, sit for a few minutes, and then go about my day.
Being back on this street brings back memories.
I remember there was a day that I was so dope sick, and I was just waiting. I met my dealer over here, and he handed me my drugs, and they weren't in a bag, and I dropped a piece, and I was like on the ground trying to decipher between stones on the ground and the drugs, and I found them.
Her family often worried for her life, even when she didn't.
My mom used to ask me when I was getting high, she's like, aren't you afraid you're gonna die? They were talking about what they would do if I died, making funeral plans, you know, what they would have to do. And the thought didn't cross my mind. I wasn't worried about it.
It took tough love from her mom to finally get clean.
My mom knew that things were really bad. So she one morning, I was going crazy, I couldn't get any drugs, and she followed me into the bathroom, saw all the things I was trying to do, called the police, and had me arrested. And that's where my journey started.
Zelikowski has been sober for 5 years now. Her past now seems like a distant memory.
But, you know, thinking about stuff like that and then where I'm at today, it's just, it seems like a completely different, I don't know. It's like, how can it be possible that the same person can live those 2 lives?
But those memories are why she does what she does now.
We know it's hard to take that first step and to reach out for help. So if we hang these cards up, it's kind of like a neutral way of opening the door for people, and then they can reach out to us when they're ready.
She hopes through her work with Project White Butterfly, she can show people currently battling addiction that they can overcome it and live full lives.
I just want people to know that, you know, I've been sober for only 5 years, and life has changed. And now I get to come back here and do things like this and reach out to people, because I don't feel like I went through the experiences that I went through, or, you know, drove down these streets for nothing. I can turn it around and help somebody else now.
Rodneya Ross, Spectrum News.